A grey ghost haunts Delhi, a choking, invisible killer that seeps into lungs, blinds skylines, and smothers a city that never sleeps. Every breath feels heavier, every morning looks dimmer. The capital of India, once proud and powerful, now stands powerless against a haze of its own making. Schools shut, flights delayed, lives shortened, scores of deaths every year and counting. It's not fog, it's a failure of policy, planning, and political will. While Delhi gasps, Beijing, on the other hand, once the world's pollution capital, breathes clean. 10 years ago, China fought its apocalypse and won. Delhi, meanwhile, is still fighting the same war with less courage and lesser clarity. Should Delhi take a page out of China's book? Hello and welcome. You're watching Statecraft with me, Geeta Mohan. This isn't a new story. Delhi has been living this nightmare for decades. The city drowns in smog every winter. Stubble burning, vehicular exhaust, industrial dust, a deadly cocktail that kills silently. Between 2009 and 2019, 3.8 million Indians lost their lives to air pollution, according to reports. But what's striking is this. In the early 2010s, both Delhi and Beijing faced the same suffocating crisis. Particulate matter with a diameter of less than 2.5 micrometers or PM squared 5 levels touched 500 micrograms, 50 times the WHO limit. A decade later, Beijing cut it by 2/3. Delhi, barely a dent. Why did one city find redemption and the other stagnation? To understand Delhi's failure, we must first understand China's revolution. 2013, Beijing was suffocating. Visibility dropped to meters. Hospitals overflowed with patients gasping for air. Schools shut, flights grounded. The world mocked apocalypse China, a modern empire wrapped in grey. But for Beijing, humiliation became motivation. Outrage turned into action. The Communist Party declared what Premier Li Keqiang called a war against pollution. Not a campaign, not a slogan, a war. It wasn't optional. It wasn't cosmetic. It was command and control at a $1 trillion scale. Beijing shut down 3,000 coal boilers. Coal use was slashed by 30%, capped at 15 million tons by 2017. Factories that refused to comply were sealed, relocated, or dismantled. Steel and cement plants were forced to cut emissions or close. Industrial giants bowed to environmental edicts. The message was clear: clean up or shut down. And when Beijing cut coal, it didn't just turn off the lights, it turned on the sun. 4 gigawatts of solar and wind capacity were added. Natural gas replaced soot. Clean energy filled the grid. Pollution fell, but the city didn't stop growing. Two cities began together. One transformed, the other tinkered. So what should Delhi learn? First, coordination. Pollution doesn't respect boundaries. Delhi must form cross-state coalitions like China did. The NCR and its surrounding states acting as one ecosystem. Second, enforcement. Empower the National Green Tribunal to act swiftly. Impose fines that hurt. Shut down violators, not just warn them. Third, technology and renewables. Enforce emission standards strictly. Electrify public transport faster. Subsidize clean energy transitions. Beijing cut coal. Delhi can cut dependency on diesel and dust. Fourth, transparency. Let citizens see the truth, all of it. Expand monitoring, fix faulty stations, open source the data, trust the people with numbers, not narratives. And finally, funding. Pollution control isn't cheap, but the cost of inaction is higher in hospital bills, lost productivity, and shortened lives. China poured money without hesitation. India must spend smarter, not just on experiments like cloud seeding, but on structural transformation. Because, as the Ministry of Earth Sciences said, cloud seeding is an experiment, not a solution. You can't wash away a crisis that's systemic. You must dismantle it. The lesson is simple. Beijing fought back with policy, with power, with purpose. Delhi still hesitates. But every breath lost is a reminder that time is running out, and so is air. So Delhi must finally ask itself, will it keep gasping or will it finally start breathing?